Choosing a baby name can be tough. After all, there are millions of baby names out there, and some are more popular than others. That said, parents might be wondering what names are on the outs in 2020. Not to worry, we've got the answers for you. Aw, Annabelle is a super cute name for a baby girl, right? Wrong. These days, many people associate the name with a certain evil antique doll. Take a bow, Annabelle. Now, we're not saying that naming your baby Annabelle will cause dark, supernatural forces to immediately upend your life, but it's just not going to be a very popular baby name in 2020. And yes, we're basically blaming that fact on the 2014 horror film Annabelle. According to The Bump, Annabelle is derived from Hebrew, and the name means favored grace. But as sweet as that is, the name just isn't particularly popular these days. According to the website behind the name, Annabelle was ranked as the 141st most popular name for baby girls in the United States in 2018. The name's popularity has been steadily dropping since 2014. And again, that's likely due to the horror film of the same name. The takeaway here? There won't be very many babies named Annabelle in 2020, and perhaps that's for the best. The name Mary probably makes you think of the Virgin Mary, but the name has plenty of negative connotations too. One of the most popular shows of 2019 was the second season of Big Little Lies, which introduced audiences to a sinister new character, Mary Louise Wright, the monstrously passive-aggressive grandma played by Meryl Streep.
You're very short.
Excuse me?
I don't mean it in a negative way.
Oh.
Maybe I do.
Just about everyone who watched the show absolutely despised this character, which is just one of the many reasons why we don't expect too many baby girls to get that name in 2020. According to The Bump, the name means Star of the Sea. That's cool and all, but the fact is Mary hasn't been a popular baby name for several years. It was the 126th most popular girl's name in the United States in 2018, and frankly, we don't expect it to make a comeback anytime soon. As far as we're concerned, this has everything to do with the work of one of our most celebrated actresses, Meryl Streep.
Mary Louise, please.
It seems like traditional baby names are officially on the outs among millennials. In fact, baby name expert and author Joanna Taha told Today's Parent that it's basically considered taboo to choose a traditional name for your kid. As she puts it, for one thing, that's boring. For another, it can be culturally short-sighted. That said, some baby names might be a little bit too unique. Case in point, we don't expect too many people to name their precious baby daughter Maya in 2020. According to The Bump, the name means great one or mother. The name was somewhat popular in the early 2000s, but it's fallen out of favor in recent years. In 2018, Maya was only ranked as the 197th most popular name for baby girls, which isn't so great, is it? Nowadays, when people hear the name Alexa, they probably think of the Amazon technology assistant of the same name. While the Amazon Alexa might be a popular and useful device, that doesn't mean the name Alexa has grown in popularity. After all, can you imagine how frustrating it would be to have your device answer you when you're simply calling for your child? Well, it seems like plenty of people have thought along those exact same lines. In fact, according to The Telegraph, significant research in 2018 found that the number of baby girls named Alexa has more than halved last year compared with 2017 because of the increased use of the Amazon technology assistant. Well, there's always the name Alexis. Perhaps choose that one instead.
Oh, yay, David! Yay!
The Lifetime-turned-Netflix drama You was a seriously popular show in 2019. Based on the Carolyn Kepnes novel of the same name, the story involves a handsome young sociopath named Joe, played by Penn Badgley, who stalks and seduces a beautiful young woman. The story takes an even darker turn when we discover that Joe has a pronounced violent streak. This begs the question, who on earth wants to name their kid after a fictional serial killer, especially when he's so fresh in our minds? Certainly not many, which is why we predict that precious few parents will name their kid Joe in 2020. Honestly, the name has fallen out of favor in recent years anyway. According to Behind the Name, Joe ranked as the 695th most popular boy's name in the United States in 2018. Thanks to the sinister show You, we imagine it will become an even less popular name in the years to come.
I can stay as long as you want.
Many parents name their children after popular TV characters. For instance, couples who love Friends might name their daughter Rachel, or someone who's totally obsessed with the fantasy epic Game of Thrones might name their son Jon. But what about characters on TV who are altogether less appealing, who may in fact be totally and completely awkward? Such is the case with the name Kevin. It's not a particularly cute name on the best of days, and it might remind some people of Kevin from The Office, a character that no one would describe as brilliant.
They do not give me much responsibility, but they do let me shred the company documents, and that is really all I need.
According to The Bump, Kevin means handsome beloved, and it was a super popular name for over 40 years. Kevin was ranked as the 125th most popular boy's name in the United States in 2018, a position that's been steadily dropping since the 1960s. One thing's for sure, not too many babies will be named Kevin in 2020. Sorry, Kevin Hart. Sorry, Kevin James. A beloved character in Disney's The Little Mermaid, Prince Eric is charming, kind, and helpful. But according to The Bump, the name Eric actually means forever or alone ruler. Not exactly a positive, happy connotation. According to Behind the Name, Eric wasn't a particularly popular moniker until the 19th century. But in 1858, a children's book by Frederick William Farrar called Eric or Little by Little came out. After that, Eric was a fairly common baby name, but its popularity has been on the wane for a while now. In 2018, Eric was the 160th most popular name for boys in the United States, and the name hasn't ranked higher than 100 since 2010. There's simply no denying the fact that SpongeBob SquarePants is an iconic show that's packed with some highly memorable characters, and pretty much all those characters have remarkably strange names. We're thinking of the titular character SpongeBob and his grouchy neighbor Squidward. Then there's SpongeBob's best friend, the inept starfish Patrick. We imagine that many of the folks who plan to welcome a baby in 2020 grew up watching SpongeBob SquarePants, so the name Patrick might be tainted for them.
Oh boy, that was some party! Oh, hey, SpongeBob!
According to The Bump, Patrick means patrician and noble and is of Latin origin. As Behind the Name reveals, this name was adopted in the 5th century by St. Patrick. In England and elsewhere in Europe during the Middle Ages, this name was used in honor of the saint. Patrick was the 189th most popular boy's name in the United States in 2018, but its popularity has been steadily declining since the 1990s. Patrick Star might have been a funny character, but in 2020, don't expect to meet too many baby Patricks, okay? In the United States, baby names definitely go through cycles. Names that were once popular tend to fade away before making a huge comeback at some point, much like, say, flare jeans or crop tops. Still, as far as boys' names are concerned, Tyler has been steadily declining in popularity, and we think it's going to be particularly unpopular in 2020. According to The Bump, the name means, quote, a worker in roof tiles. The site also claims that the name zoomed to popularity in the 1980s and 90s, but the name has evidently fallen out of favor in recent years. Behind the Name ranked Tyler as the 119th most popular name for baby boys in 2018, the lowest it's been since 1979. Perhaps the name Tyler will make a comeback one day, but for now, it's just not as popular as it once was. The year 2019 saw the return of the beloved Bachelor Nation spin-off show, Bachelor in Paradise, for its 6th season. Over the summer, viewers excitedly tuned in to watch the ridiculously attractive cast search for love on the beaches of Mexico, and of course, to watch all the ridiculous drama unfold. But no one was prepared for the drama that former Bachelorette cast member Blake Horstman brought with him. He came to the beach having already hooked up with several of the women there, and he subsequently lied about it. It was not a good look.
No. All that Blake needs right now is to be sent home in the back of an SUV.
All this drama has probably tainted the name Blake for future parents, provided they're familiar with the show. And even if they aren't, Blake really wasn't an altogether popular name anyway. According to Behind the Name, Blake was the 158th most popular name for baby boys in the United States in 2018. So Horstman didn't necessarily ruin the name Blake forever, but he certainly didn't do it any favors. Take it from us, no one will want to use this baby name in 2020.
Oh, how she doesn't see what I see,
For some reason, the name Chase for a little boy just hasn't been all that popular in recent years. Honestly, it's never been a super popular name, and we don't expect many parents will be choosing it in 2020. Not that it doesn't have some fascinating origins. According to The Bump, the name Chase originated during the Middle Ages as a nickname for a hunter. As Behind the Name points out, the name Chase spiked in popularity in 2009, but since then, it seems to have fallen out of favor. In 2018, it was only ranked 112th in a list of the most popular boys' names in the United States. Perhaps it's just too predictable of a choice these days. As baby names get a little more unique each year, a name like Chase just isn't going to cut it. Fiona Apple fans, we hope you're sitting down for this one. In 2020, we predict that precious few parents will be naming their little baby girl Fiona. For many people, the name instantly calls to mind a certain animated ogre from the Shrek franchise, so it might not be the best choice for a daughter. After all, who wants to name their daughter after an ogre?
All right, everyone, you know the drill.
Fiona!
According to Behind the Name Fiona, which means fair or pale, was the 222nd most popular baby girl name in the United States in 2018. Basically, no one really goes for the name anymore, and that's totally understandable. As millennials are getting older and having babies, they aren't likely to use names that conjure up less than desirable images in their head. Sure, in Shrek, Fiona was headstrong and resilient, but she was still an ogre, which isn't exactly something parents want to think of when they look down at their precious newborn. Or perhaps that's just us. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more list videos about your favorite shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.